What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I just want to apologize for the sick voice. I am currently ill, but I wanted to do a little bit of a voiceover for this. I sped up this whole process to 600% and also cut out a lot of uninteresting things, and it's still almost a 20-minute video, so for those who don't want to stick around for this entire time lapse, I will not be offended at all. Feel free to skip ahead through parts. I'll be jumping in with a little bit of process commentary randomly, but yes, if you don't want to stick around and watch this whole thing, don't do it. So this is my first week of Inktober. This is the time lapse of the first piece. It's one of Persephone, so there's a lot of imagery that is symbolism for her. I plan on doing two pieces, so just a little duo of similar thematically. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I think something about it still feels kind of incomplete to me, so I might revisit it, but I'm calling it done for now, just so I can move on. Sorry, gross sick sounds. But I've also been doing a lot more digital lately, since I got my new iPad, so this was a little bit of a warm-up also. But it's a lot different than what I usually do. I usually do stuff that is a little more boring. This had a lot more detail to it. So it was fun and also kind of tedious, a little bit ambitious for me just starting off, but that's okay. I think it turned out pretty good. There are some things that I would have liked to change, be a little more careful about, but that's all right. also just kind of wanted to apologize because after this little clip of starting with the inking, yep, there, I lost some of the footage. I'm not sure where it went. I definitely recorded it, but I'm not sure if it got accidentally deleted or it just got hidden within the dregs of my computer. So this section and the bit that got lost, I'm just doing different ink washes, and I'm not sure if there's a more proper way to use ink like this, but I'm basically using it like watercolor. I'm doing washes on top of washes to deepen and darken as I go, just diluting it with water and then painting with it like it's watercolor because that's what I'm most familiar with. Some people, they do their line work first and then do washes on top of it, and some people do washes and then do their outlines around that. I did the first for the girl and then the latter for the border, because I wanted the border to be a little more organic. It wasn't the focal point, so I just wanted it to frame her. I didn't care quite so much if it was as precise, but I wanted her face to be crisp. So I just pulled off the masking fluid and I'm starting to go in with different washes for all of the foliage around her. Some of the things that are featured are maidenhair ferns, which are one of the things that symbolize Persephone. There's a couple mushrooms on the left and a couple roses on the right. I like for things to be balanced but not necessarily symmetrical. I think things that are too symmetrical can be kind of boring, so I was just trying to play with that. And then at the bottom, of course, there's pomegranates, which in the end kind of wind up looking like pumpkins, but I mean, it's still Halloween. And then there's a bat at the top, and then what are they? Narcissus flowers, which I think are actually just daffodils, but I might be wrong about that. That's what they look like to me. There's a couple roses around, and then ivy. These are all things that represent her as a goddess. I think I'm going to name this piece The Descent, and then I have another one that will be coming, either the next piece or the one after that, that will be The Ascent, and it'll be very similar in composition, but a little twisted, so you'll see when I get there. I'm not going to give too much away yet. So I just continue putting in the washes for the border for quite a while, so I'm going to stop blabbing and drink some hot tea and let you watch. little change of location because last night when I got home from work, we decided to watch a movie, and so I set up the whole filming and painting situation in the living room in front of the TV so we could watch, I think it was The Maze Runner, the last one that came out. I don't remember anything from the second one, so I was kind of lost throughout the entire thing. This is just, this is gold ink. I did a couple tests with the liquid leaf and it was just, it was kind of runny. I think it might have been a little old, so I just decided to go in with this, which the brush strokes were kind of hard to get rid of, but I found that if I did a couple layers, it wound up being okay. I could get it nice and opaque. I'm going to try to do prints of this. I'm not sure how this will go with the metallic, but I thought it would be cool to do prints of them and then go over each print by hand with the metallic. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know and I'll do some samples and see how they come out. I really like the gold with the black and the gray. I think it's really striking and it has kind of a cool feel to it. I also did a couple accents of gold with the pomegranate seeds at the bottom. giving her a little more definition with white ink, which I found to be similar to the gold in that it was a little splotchy with the first pass at it, but if I went over that same line one or two more times, I found that I could get it pretty opaque and nice and smooth. I just wanted to give her a little subtle halo, and I tried to go in and give her a couple little highlights, but I found that I couldn't get it to look quite right, so I wound up going back in with the gray and sort of covering it up in a lot of the spots. And that's kind of it. This is where I decided to stop. I'm going to put it to the side for now. I'm going to call it done-ish, and if I have an epiphany and come back to it, then I'll be sure to share that with you guys. But if you made it to the end of the video, kudos to you. It's a long one, so thank you so much for watching. I will have more on the way with the Inktober, and I have a couple more videos coming up that'll be going up in between the Inktober time lapses. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. There will be more on the way. Thank you so much for watching.